So, are we on?
We're on.
We are on.
We're ready to go.
We are ready to go. Well, everybody, welcome to the real Next Level Now. This is our YouTube channel where we're talking about what my good friend and partner Tamika Lewis and I are trying to do, which is get your attention on how to become better at who you are and what you are. And Tamika, we've been working a little bit here this past week or so on bringing content to people in a couple of different ways. And I really love what you were doing because you're looking at things differently than I do. My background is science. I'm a chiropractor by trade. You can see here that my little nail figure chiropractor that my kids got me one year for Christmas. So for me, science is where my roots are. That's where and that's how I look at things. You are more of an aesthetic. You are someone who is very, very visual, and you look at things differently. So yeah. I have a question for you.
Sure.
As you go through your material, as you're posting on social media to get people's attention for the real Next Level Now, you're doing things with an aesthetic. Can you dive into that a little bit for us and tell us what your thinking is and how you're working that for us?
There's a lot to it. There's like layers.
Okay.
Which part?
Which part?
Because there's, if I can dive into that a little bit and give you some menu options, there's the presentation. Like your physical presentation is very important, in my opinion.
Yes.
I got that from my dad. He was military. Presentation is everything.
You do judge a book by the cover.
Before you ever speak,
you do.
People judge you.
Yes, they do.
And I know that. And that's actually a big part of it. And then just telling the stories. I mean, how one thing might not seem like it goes together with another thing, like my video about Bob Ross.
Yes.
And just are your words vivid enough that someone can get a visual? And some of the best speakers have that storytelling ability, that ability to paint a picture for you. And that can be intoxicating.
It can. Okay, a side question now, as
yes.
we're doing this. Do you find that today, especially in social media era, where we're all addicted to the dopamine and we scroll and we scroll and we scroll, the English language has been chopped and cut and reduced. It's not as flowery, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as precise as it used to be. And I think what you're getting at is you want to be far more precise. You really want people to see what you see. Is
yes.
that?
Yeah. Yes. And to be able to get your point across. I mean, and it's not going to resonate with everyone.
No.
You can't please everyone. No matter if you're that logical, scientific, like everything makes sense.
Live long and prosper, baby.
And then even like for me, some people don't understand the message, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's not my person.
Well, you have to be who you are. If you're not who you are, if you're not true to yourself, then you're not getting anywhere.
Sure.
I saw one of your videos the other day, and you were talking to us about colors. You were talking about neutral colors. Okay, and there was lavender, and there was another color. Olive green.
Burgundy.
Yep. And then she came up with chartreuse.
Yes.
And I literally had to end the video and go to Google and pull up chartreuse because I had no clue.
And then you don't know how to spell it because it's a French word.
Yeah, that was, thank goodness for spell check.
I think it's French, yes.
So, but at any rate, and that goes to show, I think, Tamika, the reason why we can't connect with everyone. Because everyone has a comfort zone, a route, a way of thinking that they're comfortable with.
Yes.
And to step outside of that circle is a very scary thing for people.
It's scary to be in your circle. To be quite honest,
Yeah.
it's very scary for me to be in this circle because there'll be the people who say, well, you don't know what you're talking about. But I do. For my little area, my lane, I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm talking about. But that may not be for them.
It may not.
And that's okay.
And that is.
Yeah.
The other thing, and from the science standpoint of it, which I'm looking at on how I'm trying to talk to people, you have to start at whatever you're doing, whether it's a dream, a desire, aspiration, whether it's your goal, whatever it is, it all begins with you having self-confidence, a belief in yourself. I can do it. I deserve it. I do know how to do it. And if I don't, I have the ability to go find out.
Yes.
And stepping outside of that little circle is so tough. It really. Do you remember the story about how they trained the elephants, I believe, in the savannas of Africa, where they'd have them a circle, and they'd have a leg tied to a stake, and that elephant couldn't go any further than that length of rope.
Yes.
And eventually they were able to cut that rope.
And it would stay.
And it would stay. And I think we become anchored that way in our own way of thinking that, well, that's so foreign. That can't possibly be right. It doesn't mesh with how I think and how I feel. And I think the real next level now is all about trying to show people that they can.
There's another layer to it that's super important for me. And that is 2 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to be as confident about our vision, what we're doing. It wasn't until I stepped into my dream and things are starting to make sense. And that stepping into your dream is like your whole life makes sense. Everything.
Yeah, light went on.
Everything that you've done or experienced up to this point, it's led you to be able to do what you need to do.
That is exactly, that's a journal entry for me. Every day I write that. And it's so true.
Yeah.
Similar experience for me, Tamika. I have been thinking about planning, wanting to do what you and I are doing now for the better part of 8 to 10 years. Okay, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I've been mulling it over, planning it, working on it, developing, honing skills, whatever it is. But actually what I was doing was making excuses.
Why you can't or you don't need to.
Exactly. And those excuses kept my tail end in the seat.
Yes.
And I was fearful of stepping outside that circle that held the elephant. And now that I've stepped outside, there's daylight out there. There's amazing things out here. It's pretty cool. So I thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yep, for helping, because it pushed us.
I think that when I initially, I don't even know how the conversation came to be of, it was a phone conversation. I said, hey, I'm working on this. And it was almost like you understood exactly what I was saying. And I hadn't even said anything yet. You just knew. And then you shared your ideas. And I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. And it just,
And it works. And you'll be surprised, to me, as you go down through life and you start to experience different things and you're focused on where you're headed, all of a sudden pops up something that helps you, pops up something that helps you, pops up something that helps you. And it's because your focus is on where you want to be, but those gifts come automatically. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to plan it. They will just show up.
They are showing up.
And they really, really do. It's amazing how that works. It's amazing. Well, Tamika, we're doing things to draw attention to what it is that we're starting. And we've each been doing, and I would highly recommend that you please go to Tamika's Facebook page, which is under a handle
Tamika Thomas.
Tamika Thomas.
I I haven't been able to figure out how to change my name,
That's
which is so silly because you told me how to do it, but it didn't work.
Didn't work? Okay. So, and mine, I have a couple of pages, and I don't care which one you go to, because if you go to the one that's the chiropractor, you're going to help my son who's taken over my business. Go ahead, help him. But Kirk Weber, chiropractor, you're going to get there one way or the other. And on my Facebook page, my True page, is where we're posting up a lot of ideas here for the real next level now. We also have a YouTube channel, The Real Next Level Now, where a lot of our videos are being popped up on there as well.
Yeah.
So we have bigger plans. We have other ideas that we're looking to bring you to help you, because sometimes Facebook doesn't excite people.
Right.
Sometimes YouTube's, I don't want to see it. Right now, I'm doing what we call a challenge, where I'm challenging you to come see me every day for 8 days in a row. We're having fun with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tamika's doing a bit more of a...
foundational phrases. When you see people who have quotes, Winston Churchill, whoever, your favorite quotes, you're basically creating those quotes for yourself through things that you know to be tried and true. Like, I know this works. Like the one I did yesterday about speaking so vividly that Bob Ross could translate. And if you do that, it's true. He would be able to paint a picture of exactly what you said. So that's the point.
And you know, it's funny because Bob Ross, you would think, is something that younger people who are watching this would have no idea. But I think he's so iconic that he transcends
Yes.
a bunch of different age groups.
Yes.
A bunch of different age groups. But yeah, we're looking at doing other things, but we do have something that I'm not going to spill a date yet until we can confirm that. But Tamika, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about what we have working in the future. And this is big. This is exciting.
I talk about my dream and stepping into it. And that dream is me standing on stage in front of an audience, delivering a speech, an impactful, memorable, inspiring speech. And so when I presented that to Kirk, he says, I have that same idea. So then we kind of collaborated on what that would look like. So we're doing a presentation, a one-day presentation, and it's going to be, you know, for me, it's to start with, we have to define the terms of your dreams, goals, and aspirations. What are they? A dream is like the waking life. It has characteristics of a dreamlike state where your dreams, what you envision is coming true in the now. And then a goal is working towards an end result. You know, you have something in mind, you want to get there, you're working towards that goal. And then an aspiration is a strong desire to want to achieve something higher or greater than where you are now. So people have aspirations of being an actor or you name it. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Whatever you need, whatever you want.
Yes.
And as I'm listening to Tamika unfold this, I think the people watching this are going to see where there's definitely two different approaches to what we're doing.
Yes.
Because she's definitely more onto the visual. She's more onto the Bob Ross painting, and she's giving you and painting you a wonderful picture, where I'm going to be coming at you just a little differently.
Yes.
On some tips and points and action things that you can do to help you get to where you are.
Do you want to share that, the 5 pillars?
I certainly can, yes. That's a good starting point. Thank you.
Yes.
So for me, I have always wondered how some of the rich and famous became rich and famous, how the people who are, the paparazzi is always chasing, how did they get there? And it's common for most of us to think that, well, they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or they had some genetic trait that made them a superstar.
Sure.
Tom Brady became Tom Brady. Tiger Woods became Tiger Woods because they were just naturally great. And that's not true. Success is something to me that can be trained, it can be taught, and how to get there, how to do it. And so over the years, I developed what I call the 5 pillars of success. And I'm going to try to do a little Tamika for you. I'm going to take you on a little visual. All right, are you ready?
Okay. Where's your lipstick?
Where's my, I have no lipstick. Yeah. So what I want you to do is I want you to envision yourself living in ancient Rome. And you have your very best toga on. You have your sandals with the leather crisscross straps that go up to your knees. You have your little fig wreath over your head. And you're walking down the cobblestone Appian Way. And as you're coming down the Appian Way, there's vendors, and they're selling their olives, and they're selling their breads, and they're selling all these different things. And you're observing this, and finally you come to this giant building, and it's on a big marble set of stairs, a big marble platform, and there are 5 marble Roman columns holding up a headstone across the entrance that says success. Right, they even spelled it Roman, S-V-C-E-S-S, success. So those are my 5 pillars of success. And the first pillar to being successful at anything you do is to visualize it. You have to be able to see it with so much clarity, which is what Tamika was talking about, that Bob Ross could paint it. I want you to visualize where you want to go with all 5 senses. Your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth, and your fingers. What's it look like? What's it smell like? Who's with you? What are they talking about? What's it taste like? Can you taste it? Can you pick it up? The more of that you do, the more you drive that vision into your subconscious mind. Once it's there, your subconscious mind, which doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination, points out to you similar things. It thinks this is what he wants to think about, so I'm going to point out all these things that are similar. That's where those little helpful hit points pop up that help us. And
don't be afraid to go all the way with your visualization. Like, I can taste sand. It's
nice.
like
you were there.
I can, the marble, it's just so smooth. And just take it. Don't be afraid to just be in that moment when you are visualizing, because the more you can taste it, smell it, feel it, touch it, that's what makes it real.
That is. And again, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. So now it's pointing out to you all these things that are going to help you. Once you have that visualization, now you can start to plan how to get there. You can't get there without planning. I used my GPS. I've been down here several times. I still use my GPS to get here. I need a plan on how to get here. You're programming your own GPS. Once you have your plan, then you have to do something. This is column 3, to make you get off your tuka and go do it. You need to emotionalize it. You need to make it so exciting that it's like Tamika and I starting the real Next Level Now. We're so excited we can hardly sit still. So you have to emotionalize it. That gives you the drive.
Yes.
Here is my 4th pillar on the 5 pillars of success. This is the one that most people miss. You have to execute. You've got to do it. You took the time to see it, to plan it, to get excited about it. Step into it.
Do you know why I think I haven't done it in the past? I was talking to too many people that talked me out of it.
And that's very possible, because people will do that.
Yeah.
I think they're well-meaning.
Sure, but maybe they can't get there.
They can't get there.
And that's not their dream.
It's not theirs. And the last pillar of the 5 pillars of success is to assess. Look at it. Hey, that went pretty well. We did a really nice podcast, Tamika. I liked this, I liked that. Tamika, what would you do different next time? How would we change this? You may notice that our set changed from the first one to the second one.
Ta-da!
because there was an assessment.
Yes.
That's how you grow. That's how you learn. But if you put those 5 pillars together, you're at least going to move down the pathway towards success a little faster than if you're just trying to bumble your way down the street.
Amen.
So that's how I like to come at it. I think as we do our event, we're planning to have different things that we can do to help drive some of those types of points home.
I want to share a quick story,
Sure.
totally off the subject, but it came to mind. Shout out to Stephen in Nigeria. So there's this gentleman, young guy, he's in his 20s. He was helping me initially with what my vision was for what I was doing before I mentioned anything to Kirk. And he was doing like graphic design. And again, that female, male, he wasn't understanding. I wasn't doing the Bob Ross. He was not understanding the vision, but it was because it wasn't there yet. I hadn't unfolded everything yet. So anyway, Stephen, I sent him this podcast and he gave me feedback this morning and he says, that was really inspiring. And from the inspiration that he drew from our last podcast,
Yes.
he created if you will, like, it's not a website, but it's like a 1-page, just very inspiring from what he heard from our last podcast.
So he did visualize.
He did visualize. And that's
awesome.
I mean, I didn't ask him to do this, but he was just so inspired that he created this and he shared it with me. And I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, Stephen, but that was powerful.
Well, in that case, thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, so that was just something I wanted to share about, how this is inspiring other people, even just little nuggets that they get from it.
It's a funny thing. There was a book I read a long time ago. It had to do with the stock market, but it was the title, I'm not exactly 100% sure. The Delusion and Madness of Crowds. Essentially, it's a study of how stock market trends go crazy. Okay, you may remember way back in the 1500s, there was the tulip craze in Holland. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, so the tulips became actually a commodity that was traded like money.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that powerful. Holland, all of a sudden, the Dutch exploded onto the scene as a world player because of the price of tulip bulbs. Then suddenly the market crashed.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Holland was wiped out. Okay, they were no longer in there with the French and the English and settling this country. The
Right.
Dutch kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Crowds, people get attracted to other people's ideas, and those ideas start to attract other people, and they start to attract other people.
Yeah.
And if you hear an idea that resonates with you, there's that positive magnetic thing, and you start to come together. And I think this is something that we kind of have in the back of our minds, because I know Tamika, and I know she's wanting people to succeed. I know that's in her heart. I know that's what she wants. And I know that's what I'm looking to do, is to help people succeed. I told my son the other day, he says, "Why are you doing this, Dad?" And I said, "Well, I'll tell you." I said, "I'm 70. I said, I've got 45 years of practical experience of being a chiropractor. I said, I have a bunch of experience on learning how to be a little more successful. I have a lot of experience on how to fail. But taking this with me as I go and check out and not sharing it with anyone," I said, "would be a huge waste. Be a waste of my effort, my time of all those years."
Yeah.
So what I want to do is share as much of this as I can to help someone else take their path down the road.
That's what we're doing.
That is exactly what we're doing. That is exactly it. So please keep following us. Find out when we have this event, because you're going to like this. It's going to be fun. It really is.
And how are we going to, so it's an all day, like an 8 to 4, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. How are we going to wrap that day up? Like, what can people expect when they leave there?
I don't think I can afford the fireworks. Thought about it. No.
Yeah.
I think the way to do it, in my mind, is, first of all, if you give people twice as much quality as quantity of service, they're going to feel that they've gotten 4 times the amount of value that you thought you were giving them.
Yes.
So I would say that they should be looking for just a value-packed day. You're going to learn so much that it's going to be incredible. I have floating through the back of my mind, and I've not talked to you about this yet, but I have some ideas on some things that we should be able to have people to physically carry out with them. Okay, if I can get this done in time, and this is not a promise, please don't hold me to it. But if I can get it done in time, I would love to have my second book finished that I could give everyone who attends a copy of that book just as a gift for showing up. But if I don't have it finished, I'll at least get them a voucher for it where they can get it absolutely for free. Because this is great information. Hopefully it inspires someone. Those would be the things that I'm thinking about. What ideas do you have? How do you see it wrapping?
It's just really simple. I want them to be inspired. I want their light to be shining bright when they leave the event. But also, I don't want it to be another event that you went to and you paid money for and you don't implement any of it. You have to understand how to implement little things into your life to be able to get to where you're going to, what your dreams, goals, and aspirations are.
Agreed. And one of the best ways to make, and again, now we're tossing out ideas on the fly that we haven't even talked about with each other yet.
We're talking now.
We're talking now. So one of the things that I visualize that I think would be a tremendous asset to everybody who's looking at what we're doing and wanting to utilize it would be contact us on social media. That's what we're there for. Put a comment in the comment box. I can guarantee you, I know you do, because I do. I look at that stuff every day.
I try not to, actually.
Pardon me?
I try not to.
Oh, no.
I look at the comments, but I don't.
I want to look at them because I try to respond back.
Okay.
I want to respond back. I want to acknowledge that you're there. I want to give you that honor. Thank you for saying something. Oh, you disagreed with that. That's nice. What would you suggest maybe that I do differently? Okay, but I want to be there as a source. If we're putting ourselves out there as people who are helping you to do this, I think it's a natural extension then we can help you by, yeah, sure, give me some feedback. This is what you think? Okay, this is the reason why I didn't do it that way, but I'm going to consider moving in that direction next time. I think that's fair, that's honest, that's real. But yeah, I like your idea of making people so excited when they walk out.
Yeah.
I'm sure because we're both Toastmasters. And we've done events where you're at a Toastmaster event and you come out of the event and they've given you so many new ideas that you can't wait to get home and start using them. As a chiropractor, I'm required by law to go back every couple of years and get some more education.
Yeah.
And I've done it where I put it on the computer and I let the time run and I shrink it down to the desktop and I go and watch some Netflix and chill and come back at the end of 2 hours because I've been doing this long enough that I can open it back up and when they ask me the question, it's like, oh my goodness, yes, click, 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 and I'm done.
Right.
I get nothing out of that.
No.
I love going to the events. I love going to chiropractic events, meeting my fellow chiropractors, talking to people who are in it, learning about what they've done. If we have a really good speaker who I'm really excited, Monday morning is just such a buzz when I get back because I can't wait to get started and start implementing what I've learned.
Yeah.
Now, my wife looks at me when I do this, she says, "You're out of your mind. That's just the dumbest, craziest thing I've ever seen." They don't have seminars on how to be a housewife.
They don't.
They do not.
Don't. Yeah.
So she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. This is what we're hoping for people to walk away with. This is it.
And something I wanted to share about why I don't read the comments. I do, but I don't. I skim over them. But the reason is there's this guy by the name of Rick Rubin. He's a music guy. He's this older gentleman, probably in his 60s. He's got a long beard, looks kind of like a biker, actually. But he inspired a lot of hip hop music back in the day, and I'm a big fan. So Rick Rubin came out with a book a few years ago, and he talked about how creativity is something that you create for God. Like whether it's a song, like he makes music, you create a song, you put it out for the masses, and then you're done. It's an art and it's creativity. You put it out there, and whatever people's feedback is, that's fine. But you did it for God, so there is no evaluation in a sense.
In a sense,
yeah.
Yes, if you look at it, I think doing it that way, you're doing it. You're creating the art. It's your use of God's talents. This is what I've made, and because I'm sure that there were some people who are artists who have made tremendous works of art.
Yeah.
But we don't get to see it because it really didn't catch on with the masses. So it's laying in a dustbin someplace.
Yeah.
But someone's heart and soul. You know, my son took I don't know what in the world he did to scratch that piece of brass with a dad and a couple of hearts on it.
I love that.
But to him, you know, that was a work of art. That was an act of respect. Someone else looked at it and said, you know, what is that? So yeah, that's an awesome thought. I like that. Mm-hmm. Well, Tamika, is there any place else that you would like to take this conversation today?
What's been the best part of this movement that what we're doing? I call it a movement.
It is. The shrinking number of hours of sleep I get.
Okay.
I am excited. I'm normally a person who's up early anyway. But by 4 a.m. I'm up, I'm at the computer, I'm pounding out ideas. I have so many things that I have partway started for things that we can do as we progress down the road with this. I have ideas in what I want to present in webinars. I have ideas in what I want to present in book 3, and book 2 isn't even done yet. I have all these things coming together because it's just an effervescence of excitement for this. But Tamika, on the other hand, I've had it bottled up for 8 or 9 years.
Right.
So we just uncorked the champagne, baby. That's why it is just go.
That's exactly,
So that's my best part. How about you? What's the best part for you?
That every day something things are happening that I've been wanting to do, and they just, like, I'll say, oh, I need to call so-and-so about something important, and so-and-so will call me.
The law of attraction.
Or just being consistent about putting out my videos and just
doing it.
Yeah, just doing it.
Do you find, and maybe it was just me, that there was that little bit of fear of stepping across that line, stepping into yourself, stepping into your best self, or stepping into who you wanted to be? That little bit of self-doubt that kept holding me back, and suddenly I don't feel that guy's presence so much anymore.
It's gone.
Yeah,
it's back.
He's sitting behind me somewhere.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You know?
That's exactly what it is. That's what it feels like. It was like terrifying, and then I just stepped over the threshold, and now. Yeah.
And there is no worry. None. It's kind of interesting. My wife, Chris, came to me the other day, and she says, we got a couple of things coming up. And so we have some streams of income. We don't want to touch too much. Right. But we have, my retirement fund, my Social Security. Yeah. We have another stream of income that she's doing, and I'm doing a side hustle where I do DOT exams and, tests for alcohol for truck drivers and such. That money has become my stream. Okay, I don't have to put that into what I call the black hole, because it goes into the black hole. It never comes back. It's gone.
I've heard about that.
So, and I was worried at one point that I wasn't going to have the financial means to do this undertaking. That was a big one for me. I could feel sphincters tightening up that I forgot that I had. And as I've stepped into this, everything's kind of relaxed. Yeah. Don't worry about it. when I go to do it, it will be there. And it will. It will be
Yes.
there. It's just an amazing experience. I hope you all get to feel that.
Yes.
Really do.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
This is not goodbye. This is see you next time.
See you next time. Please join us. Again, remember, The Next Level Now on YouTube.
The Real. Is it The Real? The Real
The Real Next Level Now on YouTube. Follow Tamika
Thomas, on Facebook.
Thomas on Facebook. And follow Kirk Weber Chiropractor on Facebook. If you go and drop your first and last name and your email address on a DM to me, to you, okay, on our Facebook pages, we will be able to put you on our email list, and we can then email you new content times coming. We can email you when the events will be coming up. We can keep a little better contact with you, and that way you'll not miss a bit of the Real Next Level Now.
Cheers.
See ya.
Nice.